Sometimes it is smooth sailing out on the waters, and well, sometimes it just doesn't work out quite that way. Kind of like some of the instances we're about to see on this week's episode of Boating News of the Week. Before we get started this week though, we did run a promotion last week, and congratulations to Big Bronco who wound up winning himself a Drain Plug Mafia tumbler. We're going to go ahead and give away another one this week. You know the drill. Only requirements, you must be subscribed to the channel, you must hit that like button, and leave a comment below, and we'll pick our favorite comment and somebody's winning a tumbler. Our first incident to make the boating news this week is going to take us over to California, where this was the scene at a marina in Monterey where a 58-foot navigator caught on fire. This vessel actually happened to be the home and yacht of Patty Mayo, a famous YouTuber who's the star of Southland Bounty Hunters. The Coast Guard was immediately notified once smoke was seen coming from the vessel and a pon-pon was issued. There were 3 people on board at the time the fire broke out. Unfortunately, Pat's girlfriend Raven, their friend Tom, their 2 cats, and Patty himself were all able to evacuate the vessel before it became fully engulfed in flames. The Monterey Fire Department did respond to the blaze and was able to get the blaze extinguished. The cause of the fire has been determined to be an electrical fire caused somewhere in the 50 amp circuit of the vessel. I was able to talk to Patty briefly through email. He did confirm that everybody was able to evacuate the vessel and no injuries were reported, but unfortunately they lost just about everything. All their material possessions were on board. This was their home, and so they're going to have a long rebuilding process with this. I did also ask him if he planned to try and find another boat to live on or if they were going to stick on dry land for a little bit. He did mention that it was undetermined at this time what their next steps would be, but I do wish these guys all the luck in trying to get everything rebuilt, and if you guys haven't already, go ahead and check out Patty's channel and check out Southland Bounty Hunters. Our next incident to make the boating news this week, I swear to you, is one of those stories you just can't make up, as this was the scene where a man was arrested after leading authorities on a wild chase down a river while floating on some debris as he sang "God Bless America," apparently in his birthday suit. And I already know what you're thinking as I say all that. You're like, oh Lord, where's this at in Florida? But no, it's not Florida. This is the Nolichucky River near Greenville, Tennessee. Authorities made several attempts to try and rescue the man from the river due to fears or concerns of him going over a dam that was located further down the river. Unfortunately, the gentleman refused all those efforts. Later, a report came out saying the reason he refused the rescue efforts was authorities yelled at him, which hurt his feelings, so he refused the ropes and the flotation devices. The victim was pulled from the water a little further down the river. The police report does state that he did show signs of being intoxicated and was arrested for indecency. Our next incident to make the boating news this week is going to take us up to Eugene, Oregon, where this was the scene when this vehicle was pulled over by officers for towing this boat in an unsafe manner. Obviously, this vessel is well over the weight capacity of towing for this Hyundai Sonata that's sitting in front of it. Unfortunately, the driver of the vehicle did tell officers at the time that this boat was actually their home. The story does take a sad twist, as a few days later this vessel was spotted on the side of the road, which means this person's lost their home and is now homeless. Homeless advocates report that the number of people living in vehicles right now has taken a sharp increase over the past year as affordable housing in locations nationwide has decreased drastically. And a picture that many thought was a funny meme online actually wound up with a sad ending. Our next incident to make the boating news this week is going to take us over to Monmouth Beach, New Jersey, where just this past week, this police chase occurred. And this is one of those rare videos that we get sent by a viewer over here where really there's no details. I've searched online, I can't figure out exactly why the police was chasing this boat or exactly what went on. But according to this video, it's a strange one. So the police stopped chasing him the second they entered the no-wake zone, but this vessel kept going. And as the vessel approached and passed, you can actually hear the person who's recording saying the kid appears to be about 13 years old who's driving the boat. So we're not sure at this time if the kid stole the vessel, if it was one of his parents' vessels and they just took off and were running from officers. But once again, the officers did not pursue once they entered the no-wake zone.
That dude's like 13.
I'm assuming they were waiting to see exactly what was going to happen, and they went back around into the channel to try and cut him off on the other side. Officers did wait at the mouth of the channel for quite some time before attempting to go over there to cut him off. I'm not sure if possibly they had another officer over there waiting, but I'm curious to get details on this. If you live in the Monmouth, New Jersey area and you know exactly what this was or why it happened, light it up in the comments below and let me know, because I'm just curious if it was an underage kid who was driving the boat and if it was stolen or if it was actually just somebody out on a joyride.
Dad, we gotta send this to Broncos Guru.
Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of Boating News of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy happening out in your waterways, be sure to hit me up on Facebook or Instagram and let me know, and you might see your stories over here. Just like Michelle, Weston Johnson, Dan Obsuth, Patrick Thomas, and Mike Canto did this week. And if you haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.